Hello everybody, it's your boy Kahuna, and I'm back again with another Talk and Play. I've been missing a lot of topics this whole week, and it's finally time for me to address those topics. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the quickest one out the way first. And y'all already know it's Sonic. I'm always including Sonic in these talks. So, Sonic Forces got a release date with also the costumes for your customized character. So, and the release date is on November. So yeah, it's in November, November 7th for everybody, including the Switch. Yes, the Switch is coming with the PlayStation models too, PlayStation Xbox Series too. But the thing I want to talk about mostly, I just want to get this out of the way quickly because I want to talk about this first because I thought it was more interesting, and I thought y'all would like to know that. Man, I know a lot of y'all ain't Sonic geeks like I am. I'm the biggest Sonic geek alive, and I just want to go ahead and get that out the way. So what I really want to talk about, man, I'll say this to end of the video, but PAX East. So Nintendo they didn't have like a normal event for PAX East. They basically had this whole Nintendo thing. Really didn't show me nothing. They brought the 3DS games, like Metroid and Samus Return. Well, that's the Metroid game. Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles. They brought the usual stuff. They've been showing off all year long, and that's good and all. But really, the new announcement that caught everybody by surprise was Travis Touchdown is back in a new game, man. And I know I've been kind of late on this topic, man. So many people have been begging for a sequel to No More Heroes, a game that I have not played. And I heard it's so good, and I didn't even know about the games until Some Call Me Johnny, and then I said, I should get to play these games one day, because Some Call Me Johnny has sent me down a lot of games that I didn't like before, but I am enjoying now, and I'm glad and I thank him for that, man. But Travis Touchdown is coming back, and he's exclusive to Nintendo Switch. Yes, at first everybody thought, oh man, this is going to be because it was shown in an indie showcase. Everybody was like, oh man, this is going to be an indie collection, man. This is going to be like a 2-week little sprite game. It's not going to be really big, but no, Suda51 confirmed it. It's a full-on It's a full-on 3D title, and I'm happy to hear that. And it's good to see our boy Travis Touchdown make an appearance once again, man. I was hoping he'll make an appearance much sooner than waiting until the Switch got revealed. But hey, he's back. He's back in full force. The boy's back. Let's congratulate him. I messed up right there. But Travis Touchdown, he's back, and he home. He's back. He's back, and I'm happy for the game, man. I really need to start playing some heroes real soon, man. I need to be pointed to a nice collection for me to play, man. I need to be appointed to like where I can get the games for cheap and I can play them. I really want to try them out myself, man. I thought No More Heroes was a great addition when I first saw the games on Some Call Me Johnny's channel. About No More Heroes, but it always piqued my interest. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I got to say about No More Heroes. I know this babbled on for like a couple of minutes, man, but the real meat of this video is coming up pretty soon, and I ask y'all to please wait on that meat because it's gonna be so good. But right now, I already made a video about this topic. I thought, man, I should at least go over and explain what I was talking about. But NBA 2K got showed off at PAX, and and that's the game that everybody's been wondering about, man. Nintendo's trying real hard with these third parties. People want to see is Nintendo really on that, trying with these third parties, or they're bull crapping. And it seems like Nintendo is on the truth side this time, man, more than anything. We keep messing up right there because I'm trying to get a gear. But Nintendo's on that truth side, man, with that third parties, man. Nintendo's trying their hardest to be third parties, and they're trying to prove to everybody these third parties out there. So they had to switch, not down, but 2K had to switch out there. Most likely Nintendo told them to bring it out there. Had to. Man, they had it in an environment that I thought was fitting. I thought it was a little stereotypical, but still, it was a fitting environment to show this game off in. So they had a barbershop setting. So as you know, the demographic for 2K, the stereotypical, it's the black guys who like to play on 2K a lot. It's the black guys who like to play on 2K a lot. So that's the target. So they had it in a barbershop of all things, and I thought it was kind of clever because a barbershop, yeah, a lot of the audience that do play 2K go to barbershops. They do like the talk about sports and all that stuff. And I said that's a great environment to show off a game of 2K. So they did just that. Not only that, they also announced that the game is going to be in full, everything that you get in here, and I'm so happy to say that, man. I thought it was, Nintendo. In order for that to even get pulled off, man, that gear. It's so good to hear that Nintendo is trying so hard with these third-party companies to where we can actually get full-featured games. Hint, hint, EA. And it's so good to see that, man. And actually getting involved with Nintendo, like, hey, look, man, we're looking to bring full experiences to your console for your fans and stuff like that. That's nice, and they risk a lot. It was a greater risk. It was a greater risk getting 2K on the Switch, and I'm so happy that it's coming. And it shows that, hey, look, if a third party really mean business about the Nintendo Switch, then they're gonna put their all into it. And I'm so happy that Nintendo is really showing off these third-party companies. And they're taking their games with them. That's awesome. That every time Nintendo goes to a big event, they show off their games. And a lot of that's one way to get third-party support, Nintendo. You show off that you have these games, man. And it's a good thing because a lot of people bullcrapping. They ain't really about these games, man. They ain't really want to have these games on their system. I want to see them put this game on their system, and you know what? And it's good that Nintendo is reaching that demographic of gamers, man. There's a lot of people out there who would love to play 2K on the go, and for Nintendo to have something like this on their system, it's very good, man. I said the same thing about FIFA. Even though it's not really a full experience on FIFA. My statement still stands that it is awesome that Nintendo is putting all this effort into the game. It's awesome, man. It's what you need, Nintendo, that shows it. Even though we obviously know there's going to be some risks that's going to be taken, and that's okay. If you're truly a Nintendo fan, that you absolutely know that, hey, look, there's going to be some risk reward with getting these type of games on the console, and this is where the real meat of the video comes into to play, guys. I'm about to go ahead and give you the real meat of this video right now. Let's get to it. So, in addition to all the 2K news, Nintendo revealed that some Switch games are going to require installs because the files may be too big. And you know what, man? I don't know what to say here, man. I really don't know how to really explain this without sounding like a fanboy. And I'm happy that Nintendo's getting these third-party games, but that's the bigger risk. If we want them to be just like the PlayStation and the Xbox counterparts, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad that Nintendo is trying their hardest with the with these games, and you know, I'm glad that Nintendo is actually out here, you know, doing their thing. It's satisfying to see, but man, that is a high risk that it's going to take. There are going to be some bigger games. Good lord, I suck at Kirby. I need to start playing this more. There's going to be some higher risks where Nintendo's going to have to, when Nintendo want to make bigger games, or other companies want to make bigger games on the Switch, and in order to do that, Nintendo's going to have to split the file between the cartridge, and they're going to have to split it between the cartridge and the SD card. You gotta download, like if you buy this game, oh yeah, it comes with a download that you have to download the full game and stuff like that. And a lot of people are tripping because NBA 2K for the Switch is 25 gigs. Basically almost the same size as Xenoblade Chronicles X. Minus all the extra crap that you gotta download. But, okay. I mean, I totally get it. And people are talking about the internal storage of the thing. But the way I've seen this is, hey man, SD card, they're not really that expensive. Y'all acting like y'all have to buy a whole other system in order to get the full game. And that's how they really truly acting. I don't want to sound like a fanboy when I'm saying this, but calm your tits, guys. Calm your tits. I understand that y'all want to buy another SD card. You wish Nintendo could have had, you know, something like a bigger storage inside the Switch, and I understand that you want that. I understand that that is essential. That is an essential part of gaming these days. That memory storage and all that stuff. But the Switch, though, I agree. It does need some. I agree. It really does need some more storage on it. Hoping Nintendo will come out with a new model. Hopefully next year with like at least 100 gigs on it. I know it's going to cost a few, another couple bucks. But guys, the reason why Nintendo went with SD cards, you have to get entirely new hard drives, is because the fact that if you think about it, a hard drive is much more than a memory card. It costs much more, and it takes up much more resources. So instead, Nintendo just gonna have you buy a new SD card, which is much more cheaper and much more accessible. Everybody should have an SD card, especially if you have an Android phone. I know a lot of y'all guys don't be actually buying into that stuff, man. Just go ahead and get yourself a okay, I got my options here. You know, do what you gotta do, man. A lot of people already have a SD card. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of people who play 2K already have SD cards in their phones and stuff like that. It's not the fact of just having one. That you need one in order to get these games. You know, I understand that. Hey, look, man, Nintendo, you tripping, man. Nintendo, you tripping. Why do I need these games? Why I need SD cards to do my gaming, you know, and stuff like that. And I understand that it's a hassle, and trust me, as a person who don't like anything, who wants everything done, it's time consuming. I'm hoping that Nintendo will do something better, man, in the future with their next system, man. And I'm happy that Nintendo's getting games almost like identical to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It makes the system like a more viable platform than it already is. You know, that's good for Nintendo, because without Nintendo, man, you want to do whatever it takes to get your system up and running, man. And that's just the best thing about That's just the best thing about this Nintendo Switch, man. It's really a good platform to have. It does cost a little bit of money because you do need a lot of stuff for the system. And I understand that Nintendo tried to keep the price down as much as they can for the system. They had to cut away some memory, cut away on some power, had to make sacrifices in order to make this a truly appealing game to the casuals out there. And that's great for Nintendo. And I'm proud that they did that stuff, man. But issues are starting to show Nintendo. Some issues that you need to fix. Not everybody has the money to be going out buying extra SD cards. But again, like I said, SD cards should be in everybody's hand. I'm sorry for that. The 0.1% of people who doesn't have an SD card in their house, at least big enough to store all this stuff. Because I know a lot of people like to take photos, music, and all this stuff on their phones or tablets, and they will have SD cards for that stuff, man, like 100 gigs or something. And heck, we just had a 400 gig card released for like $200. I'm also gonna be picking up the 200 for the 77, which would be better for me because when you look at the Switch though, you gotta think about it. Switch doesn't require you to install games like PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and it really is not that it's not that big of a memory consuming system. But as these games like 2K, FIFA, WWE, the stuff that needs updates come to the Switch, you're gonna need that extra memory. You're gonna need that extra memory and all that other stuff in order to make your system look more valuable. And I understand that it's a struggle at first, man, but it's a choice that Nintendo chose, and I really can't get mad about it. I really ain't going to sit here and just dog them out for it, but it's something that they need to consider in the future for the Switch. If they want the Switch to keep on excelling with these sales, I really want the Switch to keep excelling. I know a lot of the fans of the Switch really want to keep on doing good with the Switch, and also, so Nintendo does have some things to work on. They need to work on. Nintendo really got some things they need to work on big time. So, without further ado, man, and there goes my stupid self making an awful mistake yet again. So with that said, everything I said in this Talk and Play, man, I hope you understand that I'm not trying to dog on Nintendo. You know that I love Nintendo. Oh, that's stupid of me. I'm making stupid mistakes on myself. You know me, I love Nintendo. I really want to keep on, see them do great things in the future with the Switch. I want to see the Switch keep excelling. I think that Nintendo's doing all they can with the Switch. Seriously, I really need to stop. I really need to stop with the Switch, with the curve right now, man, because I am terrible at my gameplay. But I really want to see Nintendo, I really fix the problems with the Switch that a lot of people are starting to point out, and I know a lot of the fans who already got the Switch wants Nintendo to address these problems. And to be honest, I do too, man. It's a good thing that Nintendo's still trying unique ideas, but we gotta understand as gamers, with unique ideas come sacrifices, and in order to stay good, we can't keep doing the same old. So, anywho, this has been a Talk and Play. Oh yeah, I can't end off the Talk and Play just yet. There is something I do want to talk about, and I think y'all all gonna like this. Want to talk about this a little bit more. And I want to actually, it's about Metroid, and I really want to talk about this subject. Before I end off the Talk and Play, I got another subject that just came to mind, and I really want to talk about it for one reason only. Okay, so Metroid, Samus Return is coming back, and we all excited for the game. Am I correct? So, and I'm gonna go ahead and discuss something with you guys now. It's just the fact that since Metroid is coming out, I really want to go ahead and talk about the fact that we really need to support Metroid, man. We done did all our crying. We done showed our tails off when Federation Force was premiered off. We showed out like some babies, man. We showed out bad. We showed to Nintendo, and they just tried to deliver us a new Metroid game, something to tie us over until the next Metroid games come out, man. And I am grateful for Federation Force. I really am, and it's truly a game I actually love. And you know what? And I'm thankful that Nintendo is actually, you know, looking at it's actually looking at sorry. Oh, come on. It's actually looking into more Metroid games. I'm sorry I had to stop right there. It's just the fact that I'm playing Kirby. I already made enough mistakes already, and this is like literally my first time playing this Kirby game. And I always wanted to beat a Kirby game. This is the first one I'm going to be able to beat. I had Kirby games beforehand, like I had Air Ride and then Return to Dreamland on Game Boy. Not Return to Dreamland. There was a Dreamland game on Game Boy. I think it was Dreamland 2 or something like that on Game Boy. And I really do want to beat this Kirby game, but back to Metroid. Back to my subject on Metroid. I really do want Nintendo to keep making Metroid games. And for all of us who cried, showed our tails off, all that stuff over Metroid Prime Federation Force, I think we should really be there for Metroid Samus Return and Metroid Prime 4. Even if you don't have a Switch, be out there, man, for Metroid, man, because Nintendo's listening. They're listening loud and clear. They see that you want a new Metroid, and they're willing to give you a new Metroid, man. I mean, yes, it did take a little bit of crying, a little bit of showing off to get it, but we're getting it, and that's the important thing about it. So I am happy that Metroid is coming back, and when Metroid Prime, not Metroid Prime, when Metroid Samus Return comes out, I think it's next week is coming out. I really want to be there to support the release and support Metroid. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know it's been said multiple times across YouTube, multiple times in comment sessions on Twitter, wherever you do get your daily news from. It's been said multiple times, but Metroid's coming back, and we need to get ready for it. So that's everything I got to say for this talk. In 24 minutes. My talking plays are getting shorter and shorter. I need to start rambling on a little bit more, but I hope I didn't worry your patience. But you understand my drift, right? So anywho, it's your boy Kahuna Silver. I am Enough from the Talking Play. And, I want you little guys to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest talking plays, my videos, everything else, man. I do like to update my friends on stuff. I do like to update people on stuff. I really do like the fact that I do like the service so much now that they did improve on the service, and I am using my streams to build up my fan base. I thought it was a good thing just to have some streams. I'm thinking about doing more. I'm thinking about next stream. I'm not gonna do a talking play, but I'm gonna just do a little casual play. It's a lot. I'm thinking about doing with the channel, man. So if you like, subscribe, man, it only builds my channel up a little bit more better, man. I appreciate the people who already is subscribed to me, man. It's amazing that some people are just, looking at the channel, man, not overglancing and everything. But I'm truly, truly grateful. So anywho, I gotta beat this stage and move on in this game and finally finish Kirby. And deuces.